right around late last summer, I started my review on the all-new then 2023 Toyota Prius Prime by saying that there, there are two different types of car enthusiasts. I mean, there's the enthusiast and then there's the person passionate about cars. And yes, I swear, if you want, you don't have to, but if you want to go see my Prius Prime review on our channel, please go ahead, Motor Illustrated. And what I meant to say is that, you have car enthusiasts who love Paganis and Lamborghinis and Ferraris and stuff like that. And that's pretty much, as far down as they'll go, will maybe be a WRX or a Civic Type R. And then you have people, I'm going to say like me, that are just truly, absolutely passionate about cars. Everything they do, everything they represent, no matter the brand, no matter the make, the power, and all of that. And the Prius is a strange. It's the fifth generation. This is a 2024 Toyota Prius, and this car is doing all kinds of weird things to me. Again, I touch on a bunch of things in my review of the Prime plug-in hybrid version. And I absolutely loved that car for all the right reasons, even with the plug-in hybrid technology, which in most cases I still think is smoke and mirrors because of all the compromises you have to make with the extra weight of the battery and all the inefficiencies that you get in colder weather, which I guess this is early March. I don't know what's going on. Anyhow, but I still absolutely love that car. And then when I picked this up a number of days ago, a thought crossed my mind. See, I'm asked, what's your dream car, affordable dream car, and all of that, and I always and have been answering since at least 2009, I think, the Mark 6 Sportwagen, that the Golf Sportwagen has been my dream car, my attainable dream car, and I bought a brand new one in 2018. I also had another dream car, a Civic Type R, but that's another story. But one thing, and it's interesting, and I'm just blabbing, so, I got a phone call from Volkswagen about a year and a half ago for my Golf, and they were interested in buying it back because the market was just absolutely crazy back then. And what I did is I stopped them cold in their tracks, and I said, I kind of like the brand, but you've got nothing, absolutely nothing that interests me. Sure, the GTI and the Golf R, but I didn't feel like spending $35,000, $40,000 on a new car at the time. And outside of those two, there's nothing. It's just nothing. A few days ago, when I was driving home from picking up this Maximum Yellow Toyota Prius Limited all-wheel drive, I thought, holy crap, this could be it. This could be the replacement to my Golf, my attainable dream car. And I kid you not, and I've said this in a few other reviews, if you've heard this joke before, that means that you've seen at least one of my videos. But I'm on all my meds, I'm on all my pills, I see a psychologist on a regular basis. This Toyota Prius, this fifth generation all new Toyota Prius, is just absolutely fantastic for all the right reasons. In fact, there's just one tiny minute thing, and it's not even a thing, with this very specific car, and that's the Maximum Yellow. I've owned yellow cars in the past, but I guess maybe it's just as I'm getting older, Maximum Yellow would be really cool for like maybe 6 months, max a year, and then after that I should have got a Reservoir Blue or maybe even a Supersonic Red, which, by the way, are colors that are available with the base model. This is a limited. There's also an XLE. I'll give you the pricing in a few moments. Look, as I often do, I just give away the punchline right at the beginning of my video. And if you're looking for a compact sedan and you have a near $40,000, even a mid-size sedan, in fact, if you have a near $40,000 budget and you don't want to be like everyone else and get an SUV, don't bother shopping for any other car, sedan, or whatever. Get a Prius. Just get a Prius. I can't believe I'm saying this. I mean, I've liked, I did like the second, third, and fourth generation too, but this one just, And no, I probably won't buy one, at least not for another 3 years, because I kind of still like the Golf. And I'm thinking maybe I'm going to go EV no matter what, despite what Toyota says about EVs, where you should just buy carbon credits and not spend the money on developing EVs, which I agree and disagree with. Anyway, that's maybe some other time, another story. Anyhow, in the following next few minutes, I'm going to do a few laps of maximum yellow. I'm going to show you a few things that are just absolutely cool about this car, little details that you wouldn't expect on a Toyota Prius. And then we're going to go take it for, as I've said in the past for other cars, but like the WRX and GTI, a spirited drive, yes, in the Prius. Please hang in there. So yeah, there's one thing, Hybrid Reborn. I'm just so totally on board with that Hybrid Reborn thing, because this car is just, it's not a hybrid. It's like a, oh my goodness, it's like a sports car. I mean, I picked up a buddy of mine earlier this week, and he didn't even realize that this was a Prius. I mean, obviously, when he saw the badge on the back, he understood that it was a Prius, and he knew it was a Toyota, but he didn't know it was a Prius. You know, despite the fact that the badge here, I really do like it. You know, spread across the whole rear end like that. It just looks fantastic. And other details, I guess while I'm at it, I like, okay, the all-wheel drive badge is perfectly positioned, perfectly sized. It's fantastic. The other thing that I like, look at the wheel arches, how they wrap around the tire. That's just an incredible detail. The only problem I can see with this is that if you're going to lift it, it could be a problem to fit bigger tires and wheels. Yeah, I mean, the pictures I've seen, and maybe you have too, this car is dropped with some serious stance. It just looks incredible. In the US, base price is $27,950. Front wheel drive, we do not get. And the top trim limited is $36,365. That's limited all-wheel drive. Canada all-wheel drive standard, as I kind of just said, $37,650 for the base XLE. I mean, you get an 8-inch display, smart key, wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Sirius XM, heated front seats and steering wheel, 7-inch digital IP, Softex seats, 19-inch wheels. I mean, it's got a lot of stuff going for it. But this one, and another little detail, it's like old school writing or something, I don't know exactly, but it's a limited, so it's the top trim. Only 2 versions of the non-prime. So these are non-prime Priuses. Limited $43,790. I know that sounds like a lot of money for an all-wheel drive, but I mean a Prius, but this thing is loaded. I mean, heated, cooled front seats, glass roof, 12.3-inch touchscreen display. It's beautiful. Heated rear seats and a whole bunch more stuff. So here's the glass roof. Here's another thing I kind of noticed. I don't recall seeing this in other cars, but maybe it's just me that hadn't noticed it before. But the shark fin antenna is integrated into this panel. It's not just a tacked on piece onto a roof panel. So I don't know, I think that's kind of cool. I don't usually like rear door handles like this, but it kind of works. And here's another thing. Look at the way the rocker is kind of cut out. You see that? I mean, I know it's all aerodynamics, but I mean, it just gives it an extra edge. Everything about the car. Power hatch, right, as I mentioned. And it's a hatchback, so I mean, it's always been a hatchback, but it's fantastic. 575 liters of boot space. It's fairly generous. Some storage down here, by the way. This is where the battery is. Easy to access. It's going to work quickly. Yeah, there you go. So, you know, in case you need to access the battery, because even though it's a hybrid, there's a 12-volt battery, just like EVs. What else can I say about design? I don't know. Oh, yeah. Well, speaking of space, there is a lot of space. Now, the kids' seats are out of there because what I did is I went and picked up something for myself, so I lowered the seats. So I took the baby seats out. But loads of room. Nearly flat floor. You can easily sit 3 humans across there. I'll leave it at humans. There, here. Your heated seat buttons and your USB-C ports just below. Moving to the front. Say compared to the RAV4 I recently had, or even the Sienna, there's more attention to detail, more quality. Okay, maybe not as far as the casting lines go, but it looks a little bit more premium. than what you get in something that's more expensive, like the Sienna or like the RAV4. Well, the RAV4 was about the same price as this, but seats very comfortable, power lumbar. The soft tech stuff in in this vehicle is actually really nice. It's supple, the bolstering is good. A shot of the dash, I guess that's a decent way to look at it. So heated steering wheel button is right there. Let's start it up. So in very typical Toyota fashion, I love the combination hard buttons, HVAC, heated cooled seats, and a lovely screen. It sits just, well, okay, well, not from that angle, but it sits a little bit lower than the display here, which is a problem because, well, okay, I think you get an idea of what I'm trying to get at. See, it's neat in a way, and the display is very, very nice, but it's a bit of an issue. The steering wheel is actually a little bit lower than I usually hold it, but I've worked with it. It works fine. And the touchscreen itself is very responsive. It's quick to move. Love the energy flow. Because look, rear electric motor. Yes, there are 2 electric motors in this thing, which is just great. Storage, that's your wireless charger for the phone, which is included in the limited. Decent storage. Little hidden compartment under there, which is fantastic. I don't put anything in there because I will forget and lose it. Compartment here, wireless charger there, my bad. Your EV mode, always useful, hold, and your drive modes. So yeah, there's a sport, custom, normal, and eco. I've been doing most of my driving in normal. I may have gone to sport a few times just for fun. Yeah. Door bins, decent. Visibility is awesome, absolutely awesome. It gives me like a cab forward impression because the base of the windshield is so far away. I love it. But look at the size of this glass, and the pillar is fairly thin. It's just beautiful. It's fantastic. It's awesome. So parking, fit finish, the mood lighting. I don't know why I just grabbed the dash like that, but this is a fabulous place to be, and it just gets better from here when you drive. I swear. Let's go. Oh, I didn't really elaborate on the shifter. Just noticed. But it doesn't really matter because it's typical. I think it's been this kind of action on the shifter for at least 2 generations. So, it's like drive, pull towards you, and then pull down, and then B for extra brake regen is straight down, and reverse is in and forward. But that's not the important stuff. The important stuff is, we're going to get an opportunity here to demonstrate that the new Prius isn't a slouch as it may have once been. Oh, all right, Outlander, you win. Okay, he had a head start on me. Yeah, because a 2-liter Atkinson cycle engine, which puts out on its own, I think it's 150 horsepower, 139 pound-feet of torque. And with the extra electric motor, you're looking at 196 system horsepower, which is just shy of what you get in the Prime, 220 if memory serves. But the difference is the push from the rear electric motor. Okay, not quite exaggerating, but I'm so into the response of this powertrain. And yes, it's noisy-ish, but it's nothing compared to the RAV4 I recently had, or nothing compared to the Sienna, which has very similar hybrid layout, including the CVT, which in this thing, after a few hundred kilometers, I haven't really noticed or paid attention to. It is possible that I'm so wrapped up in how cool and how much I like this car that I'm not paying attention to that. So I'm not doing my job. It's very possible. But that's just what happens when I get behind the wheel of a 5th generation Toyota Prius. And yes, the steering wheel is connected to stuff. But you know what? The responsiveness and the well, there's no feedback, but the digital communication between the front wheels and me is, I understand it. So for most people, if not everyone, you know, it is very light, but it's satisfyingly light, and I do like brake pedal feel as well, and the ride quality is just spectacular. So standard 19-inch wheels, multi-link rear suspension. This thing feels so at home doing all kinds of silly things as I'm driving around. It's completely nuts. I'm driving this as though it were mine, as though I was driving my Golf, for example, and just, you know, drive it like you stole it, stuff like that. And I'm enjoying every second of it. The car is just, it's playful. It only weighs about 3,350 pounds, which is nothing compared to most cars. All right. See, I swear to you, this car makes me do all kinds of silly things. It's just insane. It doesn't make sense. A Prius has me driving like a hooligan. That could potentially explain, though. So Toyota says that your Prius will average about 4.8 liters in combined per 100 kilometers in combined driving. So it's like 4.7 in the city, 4.8 on the highway, so 4.8 is what it works out to be. I'm averaging about 5.5. So if you do the math, which I can't do, that means that this thing is insanely efficient. And what I was not demonstrating there, of course not, because it would be wrong, but this thing will do 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 7.2 seconds. I know that's slow, but it's not slow when you're in a Prius mindset. Look, clearly, I could be faulted for being biased. I don't know. But this car is just superb in every respect. It is no small wonder why it's won like awards from our own Automobile Journalists Association of Canada, AJAC, Car of the Year, and, you know, Car and Driver and Motor Trend and all this other stuff, which is just an exceptional automobile. For fit, finish, quality, efficiency, performance, handling, styling, really, for really real. And I am serious that this is the first car where my mind goes to, this could be a replacement-ish. It's irreplaceable, my Golf, let's understand. But this could be a replacement as my family car. That's how much I love this thing. And you will too if you drive it. And there's no Honda Civic feels like this. Okay, I like the Corolla, especially the SE all-wheel drive, hybrid, but this is even cooler. It's a Prius. This is like the anti-hero or something. You don't expect it to be good, so you want to put it down, and then you take it for a drive, and you're like, this is a Prius? I love it. Just love it. I'm done.